Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Star Trek Online. We're going to be continuing the Iconian War. Also, I came to Starbase 39 so I can get my little impulse engines that I accidentally left on my monitor class. I really didn't mean to do that, but at least I got them now. So I think the next episode is going to be House Peng. Let's have a look real quick. Oh, not Peng. Peng is Dead Space. Okay. House Peg.
The Empire requires your assistance with a covert mission deep in Iconian territory. It is dangerous, but if successful, it has a chance of turning the tide of the war in our favor. Report to the Denasia system. There you will meet a man named Ramir. He wants to explain the details of the operation to you personally.
A disruptor pulse wave assault. Best defense, point blank shot. Energy weapons deal additional damage based on how close you are to the target. Oh, that's actually nice. Ranged weapons deal additional damage based on how close you are. Okay, so I guess that's what I'll use since I'm using ranged weapons. Attack patterns going to whole healing. Alright.
The war continues.
It does indeed continue. Is that USS Harbinger? Oh, is that supposed to be a Narendra class? Words. Why can't I speak them? Are you not gonna... I have to leave the map then, in order for it to appear. Okay. Transwarp. All right. Why am I yawning? I shouldn't be yawning. It's too early for me to be yawning. Went to the mini mart and grabbed a Hershey's chocolate bar.
Ready for transport.
Boop. Yeah, I'm sucking on some chocolate. Yeah. Sicky. Transport confirmed, sir. The Alexandra will stand by until you're ready to return. Acknowledged.
Kapla, and welcome aboard the IKS Hague. My name is Ramir, and this is my ship.
You asked for me personally.
Your reputation for getting the job done precedes you. Alliance Command gave me the authority to pick who would assist us on this mission, and your name was at the top of the list.
But you don't have much of a reputation.
If you do not know about my team or our missions, then I have been successful. There are many battles fought in shadow. Now, if you don't have any further questions, follow me to the briefing room. I will give you more details about our mission there.
I'd like to hear more about your house.
House Peg is the code name for a discreet group that serves the Empire. My team are all warriors, but you will not find us screaming battle hymns or leading the charge against an army. Guile and secrecy are our weapons of choice.
Guile?
There is honor to be found, even in dishonesty. If an enemy force can be velled by words or the simple removal of one troublesome individual, the entire Klingon Empire is strengthened by the acts of a few brave men and women. My warriors do not use poison, and we look our targets in the eye before they die. But there is no need to shout when a whisper carries more meaning.
A very enlightened outlook.
The past few years have brought about many changes in our ways, and a warrior who only uses one weapon would be a poor warrior indeed. As the mighty Kalis once said, a well-aimed blade can sometimes achieve more than a fully armed armada. Now let us begin the briefing.
Lead the way.
Eager for battle, I see. Good.
What?
Data recovered from the station in the Calbridan system has pinpointed the location of a second base in the Denasia system, containing several of the Iconians' Omega generators. I understand you had a hand in recovering this information.
That's classified.
Of course. Nevertheless, we have the coordinates of the Iconian base. Our plan is to sneak in and sabotage the Omega generators. Taking them out will cripple the Iconians' ability to refine the Omega molecules that fuel their gateway networks.
How are we supposed to sneak into the system?
Infiltration is our specialty, and we have technology not available to other ships of the fleet. Our cloaking device can extend to protect your ship as well. That should be sufficient to protect us.
Sounds risky. What if the Iconians find us?
Then we fight. I expect we will have to fight our way out anyway, after we detonate the Omega generators. I hope your crew is up to the challenge.
What's the risk of nullifying warp travel for light years around the Denasia system?
Our scientists put the risk of a catastrophic reaction at less than 7%. That is an acceptable risk.
Any chance of an Omega detonation is too great of a risk.
This is our mission. You, of course, have the authority to change our mission parameters.
I'd like to speak to your technical expert and come up with a better solution.
Belair is right over there. She will also be a part of the away team to help extract any Iconian intelligence we find in the facility. Be careful. Her mate Travana is very protective.
Understood. Very protective indeed.
What do you want?
That is a really big scar. Ramir suggested I speak to Belair.
Why?
On mission parameters?
Don't worry, Travana. It's fine.
Ramir tells me there is a chance of causing an Omega chain reaction when we blow the generators.
Yes, but the chances are slight. If the charges are properly placed and calibrated, it should not be a problem.
There must be a better way.
Well, the risk comes from non-stabilized Omega particles. They are very unstable. If a chain reaction starts, we will not be able to stop it. If that happens, we'll lose our ship, yours, and anything within a few thousand kilograms at the least. But if that happens, the heralds in the system will be destroyed too. That's something.
We have the technology to stabilize Omega particles, but it will take more time.
Right. If we were to stabilize the particles into one or more Omega molecules, the chance of a detonation would be greatly reduced. I will need to run some numbers. We will have to give ourselves more time in the facility, and there is a greater risk of discovery, but it might be the better option.
I agree. Make your calculations. I'll update the mission parameters.
I disagree. Taking the time to stabilize the molecules puts the team in danger.
Afraid of a little danger, Travana?
You insult my honor. It is my duty to protect this team. I will not sacrifice Belair's, our lives, for needless precautions.
I am changing the mission, and it is a necessary change. I won't be responsible for the loss of warp travel in this region.
So be it, Patak.
I heard that. Where am I going? Oh, transporter room.
Beyond the Herald sensor range, but we should not approach any closer without the protection of a cloaking device.
Agreed.
Once we get close to the planet, we will not be able to risk a wide scan, so we will need to perform a series of pinpoint triangulation scans in order to locate the facility housing the Omega generators. At least we can remain cloaked while we do so.
Fortunate.
Once we have the location of the facility, my team will meet yours on the surface.
And when we're finished?
Then arm your weapons and prepare for battle. Our cloaks will do us no good after the Heralds discover our sabotage.
Affirmative. I see an anomaly over there and over there. I kind of want to scan them.
Scanning in progress.
There's something on the surface of Danasia. There's something on the surface of Danasia Prime, sir. Our scanners can only tell it is Iconian in nature. We'll need to coordinate with Ramir to cut through some of the interference.
In order to expedite the triangulation process, my ship will move away from yours and perform our own scan, once we have reached a distance of 4 kilocams.
4 kilocams is 8 kilometers, correct? I'll move the Alexandra that far from your ship. However,
Scanning in progress.
oh, that was close.
Position confirmed. Beginning scans.
Scanning in progress.
Sensor interference is preventing us from getting a good reading. Move to 16 kilometers. 16 kilometers confirmed. Beginning sensor sweep.
Belair here. I have coordinates for the facility, but I cannot...
Hang on. Where? I want to go over here real quick.
Scanning in progress.
Yep. Just that one anomaly.
Scanning in progress.
Wow, wow.
Belair here. I have coordinates for the facility, but I cannot do a deep scan without revealing our presence. We will be beaming in blind.
I'll prepare my away team and meet you on the surface. Mir's team has shared their data with us, and we have transport coordinates. The away team will meet you in the transporter room when you are ready.
This facility was very well concealed and shielded. Even now, our scans are so limited, we cannot get an accurate readout of the layout.
The Omega generators put out a large amount of interference. Ambient radiation levels are elevated.
True, but our tricorders will be of assistance while navigating.
We should set out.
Now that we are on site, there is something you need to know.
With holding information from an Admiral Ramir?
Only because I had orders which would supersede yours. I am not the leader of House Peg. Now that we have secured the landing area, it is safe for him to join us.
If you're not leading this mission, then who is?
Ramir to Hague, we are ready for him.
Kapla, you and your team have done well so far. Now, let us vanquish our foes.
You're Kalis.
I am more than a figurehead. A man cannot lead an empire of warriors without being a warrior himself. I carry the Sword of Kalis, a weapon of fables, forged by Kalis the Unforgettable in the fires of the Kristok volcano, and cooled in the icy waters of the Lake of Lusor. This blade slew Molor, it conquered the Fakiri, and created a mighty empire. Now I will wield it against the infernal servants of the demons of air and darkness.
Do you think we'll need the sword here?
There is always a need for the Sword of Kalis. It is a symbol of eternal victory. No one who uses it can be defeated.
If you say so.
We're right behind you.
Ow! He just body slammed me.
Sensors are picking up a different Omega generator. My team will handle this one.
Uh-oh. We have a Harbinger. What the hell? Come on. What the hell? What is this? Oh god. What a feeling we're dealing with a whole bunch of bugs here.
Our charges are set. We will meet with you in the hallway ahead.
As long as you're willing to forget about that one guy stuck in the wall, that's fine. Kind of cool looking. No idea what it's meant to be.
We got some information from the Iconian network. How did you do?
We found a terminal, but we can't read the data.
Fortunately, I come prepared. My tricorder is loaded with the best decryption subroutines available in the Empire. Wrote a couple of them myself.
Here, see what you can do.
This is interesting. There are battle plans here for the Delta Quadrant. The Iconians were advising the Vaadwaur for months before the conflict started there. In fact, the Iconians insisted that the Vaadwaur start their attack in the Krenim Imperium, although they didn't say why. I also see data on where the Omega energy is being distributed. This is good. If we use this, we can attack the subspace stations where... Oh no!
What is it?
It's Ket, one of the Iconians! It is here!
Ket's presence doesn't change what we're here to do. We finished the job.
Yes, sir. We need to find the last generator.
Let's go then. Guess I'm going this way since you guys came from that way. Uh-oh. Ambush!
Use that panel to access a visualization node and locate the last Omega generator.
Zoom in on that! It's Taket!
An Iconian! My blood sings for this battle. It will be glorious.
I don't think you should face it alone.
Kahless, my Emperor. You are the strongest of Klingons. You wield the sword of Kahless. But there is no one who can face an Iconian in single combat.
Listen to Ramir.
The war does not go well for us. You all know what we face. Our people need a symbol to inspire them. That is what I was created to be. This battle will be one of legend. Every soldier of the Empire will have this tale on their lips.
Do they need a martyr to inspire them?
This is not my day to die. It is my day to kill an Iconian.
Shyvana? Blair? Do you want to weigh in on this?
Who am I to argue with the Emperor?
Blair?
Firing a disruptor at an Iconian is like attacking a starship with a stick. The Sword of Kahless is a remarkable weapon. It might be the only thing that could work.
Kahless, what's your plan?
We part ways here. Complete your mission. I will descend to the lower level and challenge the Iconian.
Fight well, Emperor.
We create a legend this day. Remember it.
We will assist you in any way we can.
If anyone can kill an Iconian, it is Kahless.
Kind of ran himself through with the sword.
Nikokara, Endokila, Gedocham, Karedokila, Stapareto, Maraeko, Rika, 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 Dasopatare, Hiroha, Rika, Rika, Rika. Cat, I have come for you. Face me, creature. I challenge you to honorable combat. Come forth. I am Kahless, the Unforgettable. Destroyer of Molor, defender of Kamchi, and Emperor of the Klingons. In my hands is the sword of Kahless, first of its kind. Will you not face me, Taket? What could a being such as yourself have to fear from one man?
Kind of like Star Wars, where all the
We are in.
when all the stormtroopers gathered together to watch Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fight.
strong. Nothing Kalis can do is hurting it. We have to weaken the Iconian, and I think I know how. Omega molecules gather energy like sponges in water. That's why a small amount of Omega can generate such a vast amount of power. Quick, find a console and activate the reactor. If we hit the Iconian with Omega, we might be able to injure it.
I accidentally smacked the mic on my headset while trying to itch behind my ear.
Ha! Glorious battle! The honorable warrior will always prevail, demon. You are no god, Tiket, and your tyranny ends now!
Oh dear. Okay, there we go.
Now, to finish this. Emergency transport now!
We lost Kalis, and we were unable to stop the production of Omega molecules. The Iconian War will continue, and much blood will be shed.
The mission wasn't a complete loss.
True. The data recovered by your team in Belair will be invaluable to the Alliance. The only thing to do is make sure it reaches them. To do that, we must escape this system.
Agreed. The Alliance needs this.
You're right. We can't risk this intel not making it back to the homeworld. I've pinpointed an excellent transmission spot near here, where we can send out an encrypted microburst of data. If we don't make it out of here, at least the information can be of use to those who still fight. The Emperor's sacrifice cannot be in vain.
The Iconians will try and stop us. Let's go. Bum-ba-ba-da-dum. Bum-ba-ba-da-dum.
We're at the optimal transmission
Ba-da-bum.
location.
Ba-bum-bum-bum-bum. Ba-da-bum-bum.
Iconian gateway. It's an ambush.
Why can't we get a T6 version of this? Or a, legendary version?
Something big is
Actually, I
coming
guess that would
through.
be a T6 as well, I guess. I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. The data has been sent, and we are clear of the Iconian trolls. We can leave the system on your orders. No.
Scanning in progress. Scanning in progress. Scanning in progress. Scanning in progress.
Now, where is it? There it is. Scanning magnesite ore. Now we can go.
I will mourn for Kalis, but celebrate his life. He was a clone, but he found honor in this life. Now I trust he will find Sto-vo-kor to his liking. But before he fell, he showed us the Iconians are mortal. His sacrifice will lead our way to victory. Kapla! Hail Kalis, Emperor and Conqueror!
Ranged weapons. Okay.
The war continues, and all of our warriors are needed to fight.
I guess I don't need the bond with a life. I don't even use it anyway, so. Alright.
We have a lead on the Krynim. Voyager went to Krynim space looking for them a few months ago, but didn't find much more than a Vaudois and some anomalous sensor readings. But now, we found a Ferengi selling what he claims are Krynim artifacts. You are authorized to negotiate with the Ferengi and obtain these artifacts. Follow the trail where it leads. We need a weapon against the Iconians. And the Vaudois have gone to a great deal of trouble to keep whatever secrets the Krynim have out of our hands.
And I can get the Chronoton split beam rifle, temporal flux generator, self time shift for up to 5 seconds. It's a ground device. Okay. Chronoton jolt. Oh boy. I think this is what I want to grab. Okay, so a Chronoton weapon is an anti-proton weapon. Okay. Okay. Huh. Oh dear, I don't really have a spot for a special duty officer.
The war continues, and all of our warriors are needed.
Oh, meet with Quen. I remember him. He is a criminal wanted by the Benthans. And he's been the cause of trouble throughout the Delta Quadrant. Now, what was the thing I was... Ah, this. Bum, bum, ba, da, bum, bum, bum. Okay, everyone has already done the duty officer stuff. All they want is dilithium. They don't want to give them dilithium. I'll give you my transporter officer, flight tech officer, fabrication engineer, astrometric scientist, sensors officer, even my development lab scientist. Hell, I'll even hand you over this colonist that I picked up. And this one. You know, I have my chef. No. I want to keep my chef. I want to keep my bartender too. I don't want to lose my bartender or my entertainer. They're the only ones I have. Contribute, please. Ba-da-bum-bum. Ba-da-bum-bum. do have two of the exact same Sulabon, but they're both completely and but they're both doing different careers. God damn it, I can't speak. I have a lot of quartermasters. Hazard system officer. Guess I can get rid of you then. And my systems engineer. There you go. Now I have some room. Transport, please.
Welcome to Josana.
Ah, right. Let's go over here. Begin time in a bottle. Sir, business facilitator Quen has rented space at this station for his private sales meetings. We aren't sure what the object he is selling is yet, but the rumors are that it's a technological device of some sort. The price Quen is asking for it is significant. You could buy a moon for this much latinum. Starfleet Command reports that additional assistance is en route, but that we should go ahead and make an attempt to obtain the device. Understood.
May I help you? Oh, wait, you must be. I'm sorry, but the business facilitator is busy at the moment and cannot be disturbed.
We had an appointment.
Yes, but Quen left me explicit instructions about this. He's in the middle of a delicate negotiation to triple his profits on the sale of a rare Delta Quadrant artifact, and cannot be disturbed.
Doesn't Quen want to hear an offer from the combined financial resources of Starfleet, Klingon Empire, and the Romulan Republic?
Maybe, let's see, it was something. Krenim, I think? Oh, Delta Quadrant treasures are all the rage right now. Artifacts from cultures the Vatwar wiped out are particularly valuable. Quen's made quite a bit of latinum bringing them back through the gateways. Now, that profit-sharing plan he promised me hasn't materialized, but is it my place to complain?
I know you're just doing your job, but it is very important we get the artifact. Please?
I'm sorry, but my instructions were very clear.
There must be something we can do for you in exchange.
Well, I'm sorry, but I need this job. I'm trying to save up enough for a ticket off this station.
I will arrange for transport for you to anywhere you'd like to go. Free of charge.
You can? What am I saying? You have a starship, of course you can. Go on ahead. Quen and the other buyer are in the cargo bay, but you better hurry. They were trying to get the deal finalized before you could stop them. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for letting us past. My crew will make the arrangements for you. Hey, you're interrupting a legitimate business here.
Not so fast.
The gentleman with the rather imposing associates over there has just made a very competitive offer for the device. Care to make a counterbid?
I'll make it worth your time to deal exclusively with me.
You said there weren't any other buyers, Quinn. Now what do I see? Starfleet stooges here to cause trouble.
Hey!
Guards, get these riffraff out of here so I can conclude my deal in peace.
I am not leaving without the device.
Fine. I'll add what I was going to pay those guards to my offer.
Hold it! I am Nog, son of Grand Nagus Rom. And I am a Ferengi. And when you deal with these people, you deal with me. You have a choice. Either deal with me, or I ask my father to have a word with the liquidators about your poor business practices.
Well, I'm sure we could come to an understanding.
That's what I thought. Now, kiss the staff. Get out! Not you, Quinn.
Here's my best offer. How about we agree on a price, and you get your Delta Quadrant doodad, and I leave. Everyone's happy.
Not so fast, Quen.
No? Fine. How about I answer your questions, and maybe then I get to leave? But let's get on with it. Every minute I stand here, I'm losing a strip of latinum. Time is a very valuable commodity.
What do you know about the relic?
The device is Krenim in origin. Specifically, it's from the Krenim Imperium. Constructed sometime in the mid-22nd century, if I had to take a guess. Strange piece of technology. I haven't seen anything else like it. Highly advanced, and it has hallmarks of Krenim work. But it's, odd. Definitely odd.
What happened to the Krenim?
The Vatlar, that's what. At one point, the Krenim Imperium held more than 200 star systems in the Delta Quadrant. They lost some of that territory in the Capital Wars, but overall they were doing well. Not the biggest business in the Quadrant, but not the smallest either. When the Vatlar started their war, Gaul took a special interest in the Krenim. Bombed them back to the Stone Age, and then some. As far as anyone knows, the Krenim are basically extinct these days.
Where did you get the device?
I picked it up from a Talaxian who wanted to trade for supplies. He told me he got it from the Kayana system. That was it. There used to be a Krenim colony there, but it's gone now, just like the rest of their empire.
Gone. The Badwar destroyed them?
The Talaxian wasn't very clear on that. He just said, gone. If I'd asked any more questions, he might have increased his price.
Anything else?
As a show of good faith to the son of the Nagus, I'm willing to tell you for free. But don't let this get around. It would ruin my reputation as a businessman. The device emits some unusual energy readings. The shielding may have malfunctioned, or maybe it's not fully operational anymore. I'm not sure. But that's why I'm selling it as an antique. As is, and no refunds.
What kind of unusual energy readings?
Do I look like a member of the Vulcan Science Academy to you? I don't know. It's yours now. You paid for it. You figure it out. I hope it doesn't blow up your ship. Now, may I go so we can put all this unpleasantness behind us? I want to drown my sorrows in a comet cocktail and think about all the profit I didn't earn today.
No, can I please punch him? Alright, fine. Go and stay out of trouble. So how'd you do that, anyways?
Don't let the staff of office and these good looks fool you. I'm here as a Starfleet officer, and I don't normally flaunt my family connections. But in this case, it seemed like the best way to solve the problem. So I borrowed my dad's second best staff.
Thanks for the assist. It didn't look like Oglo was going to let us purchase this Krenim artifact while he was still in the room.
Interesting. I know Voyager encountered the Krenim during the journey, and Tuvok was looking for survivors of the Vaudouar purges. For now, though, perhaps we should concentrate on learning what we can from this device.
Agreed. Now, what should we do about the force field?
Quinn left without taking down his security, but fortunately I know how to get around it. This isn't a very sophisticated system. It's hardly worth the Latin being paid for it. If we overload the EPS conduits, we'll create a cascade failure in the system that the control protocols won't be able to handle. That should drop the force field.
So, you're the son of the Grand Nagus?
It's true. My father is Grand Nagus Rom. I don't normally have much to do with his business dealings, but in this instance, a little show seemed to be the best way to solve our problem.
How did you end up in Starfleet?
I grew up on Deep Space Nine with my father and my uncle Quark. That was back before my dad became the Nagus. He was just a maintenance tech. Like my father, I preferred engineering to business. Captain Sisko helped me get into the academy, the first Ferengi ever to join Starfleet. Then my Grand Mogi started seeing Grand Nagus Zek, and there were a lot of changes on Ferenginar. When Zek decided to retire, he thought my dad would be the right person to see them through.
I see.
Interesting. I know Voyager encountered the Krenim during the journey, and Tuvok was looking for survivors of the Vaudouar purges. For now, though, perhaps we should concentrate on learning what we can from this device.
Agreed. Now what should we do about the force field?
Quinn left without taking down his security, but fortunately I know how to get around it.
Oh, okay, just overload it.
I think you can overload the EPS conduits in the corner there.
Let me check my recording real quick. Okay, it's doing alright.
Now that the power flow is disrupted, we can override the administrative access requirement.
Right. I'll override the controls next.
The controls are, yes, over here by the artifact. Excellent. Now we can get a good look at this. The waveforms aren't like anything I've seen before. I think I'm getting something. This is definitely Krenim in origin. And Quinn was right on the age. I'm also seeing some repeating elements in the base code, almost like a signature. And that strange energy Quinn was talking about is actually chronotons. A lot of chronotons. And chronotons mean temporal manipulation. This little box just got a lot more interesting.
I hate temporal mechanics.
I'll take the device back to my ship, the Chimera, and have a look while we're on the way to the Kiana system. From what I understand, Voyager sent an away team to the Kiana system a few weeks ago, but they encountered some resistance and were forced to pull back before they can find what they were looking for. But now that we have this, maybe we'll be able to find what remains of the Krenim, if there's anything left to find.
Understood. See you in the Delta Quadrant.
I've explored many places as a Starfleet officer, but this is my first time seeing the Delta Quadrant. According to Quinn, the Krenim artifact came from this system. I hope we haven't come all this way just to chase ghosts. I've had a chance to look at the Krenim device, although I'm not sure how to activate it yet. It's definitely designed for temporal manipulation, although I don't think it would enable someone to travel through time. It's almost like a step sideways, if that makes any sense at all. I'll keep working on it and let you know if I learn anything more.
Does this ship have both blue and red impulse engines? Perhaps we can find something here that can explain it.
Voyager's preliminary scans of the system turned up a number of anomalies, but nothing conclusive. According to Krenim records, though, there's supposed to be an M-class planet in this system. We're not reading anything like that on the sensors.
Maybe the planet is the source of the asteroids. We're also picking up some wreckage.
Could be. Let's check that wreckage out first. It might give us a better idea of what happened out here. And we should be on the lookout for Vodwar. Preliminary scans indicate they've been actively patrolling through this system.
Agreed.
Keep an eye out for Vodwar. They're still patrolling this area. If I had to place a bet, I'd say that wreckage is where this artifact was found.
Scanning in progress.
Heads up! Vodwar on an intercept course.
Oh, damn.
Scanning in progress.
The wreckage appears to be Krenim. The weapon signatures are definitely Vodwar. According to Voyager, the Krenim were a fairly small society. There had to be a reason the Vodwar went out of their way to target them. There are more Vodwar on an intercept course, but we may be able to avoid them. I suggest we use the mineral content of the asteroids I've marked to conceal our energy signatures. Vodwar sensors aren't as good as ours. Most of their technological advantage appears to be directed toward making better weapons. So it should work, as long as we don't attract their attention before we get out of their path.
Good idea. I'll try using the asteroids. Honestly, it kind of sounded like I just repeated what he said there.
Heralds! They must be looking for that Vodwar patrol. I don't think those heralds detected us. Let's hope they don't come back this way.
Scanning in progress.
Heralds inbound! The Vodwar must have gotten a signal out. So much for our investigation.
Oh! Okay.
was such a threat to the Vaadwaur and the Iconians that they're still patrolling the old Krenim systems. If we can find more Krenim technology, or maybe unlock what we have, we might be able to find out what is so important. That could be something the Alliance can use against the Iconians. I recommend that the Chimera and your ship patrol the outer system while we take an away team to the surface. I'll bring the device and keep trying to learn more about it.
Let me think about it. No, agreed. The team will meet you there.
This doesn't make sense. There's nothing here that would cause the readings I was seeing from orbit, but there are traces of chronotron particles. I've never known chronotrons to appear naturally without some sort of temporal manipulation going on, but there's nothing here. I'm starting to come up with a theory, but I need some more data. I recommend we take some additional scans.
It's just me, or is he pronouncing it chronotron? Agreed. There's something here. We just need to find it.
Exactly. But we need to be quick. Those patrols we encountered in orbit will be missed soon. I'm going to order the Chimera to try to avoid contact, but warn us if more ships arrive.
Agreed.
These tall spires are charged with temporal energy. Curious. It's almost like it's in a state of temporal flux. I need to get some scans. There's something going on. There are more mineral deposits over there. There's a resonant frequency here that's not natural. I'm reading another anomaly ahead. These anomalies have a shape, like a warp field, but not quite the same. The only other place I've seen sensor readings like this was in the wormhole.
Captains, heralds have landed and are approaching your position. Fall back, Alexandra. We'll deal with the heralds already here.
There, behind those rocks. Hurry! They'll be here any moment. This area looks defensible. Get ready. I have an idea. We need to use the device. I've been trying to activate it, and I've almost got it. Keep them busy. If I can get it working, I should be able to conceal us.
Work quickly.
Here they come! I'm working as quickly as I can. Watch out! find these frequencies.
No, Ian, get up.
Almost there. Just one more connection and that should...
Nog. The music glitched out there for a second. Hurry! We have to move up the ridge. Up the path. We need to get clear of this area. Ambush! There, we can use these rocks for cover while we plan our next move. My account level? I didn't know I had an account level.
If you'll forgive the pun, I managed to buy us some time.
Oh, are you talking about when it comes to endeavors? 16. The problem is I don't actually focus on it most of the time. I really need to.
It's taken me some time to convince the Krenim to help us, but they finally agreed. Remember how I said the device could remove someone from the time stream? It did. That's where we are now, in the temporal bubbles. And how we perceive time in here is a little different than outside. That's why the Heralds can't see us. We're out of their timelines. Out of all timelines, in fact. While we're here, it's almost like we don't exist.
And not existing is an improvement.
No one's shooting at us. I think that's a good thing. The Krenim are... they're a little touchy. Almost being driven to extinction by the Vaadwaur has made them suspicious. But they're willing to talk to us if we help them stabilize the temporal energy. I suggest we help. I wouldn't want to be in here if the fields collapse.
Let's talk to the Krenim.
I've had some time to observe you and Captain Nog, and your actions make it clear that you are no friend of the Vaadwaur or the Heralds. This does not, however, assure me that you will be allies to my people. The Krenim have lost much. Our empire is gone, and our people have been killed or scattered. We are what remains, and I will do whatever I must to protect this system, even if it means leaving you to face the Heralds alone.
What can we do to prove ourselves?
You have already repaired some of our emitters that were damaged by the attack, but there is more yet to do. Should our temporal equipment fail, this location will be instantly overrun by heralds. If that happens, none of us will survive.
We didn't intend you any harm. What can we do?
More of our emitters must be realigned, and there are other pieces of equipment my people are already working to repair. Assist my team, and then we will talk again.
Understood.
Your fight overloaded some of the power couplings we use to moderate the temporal flow. If we had a contained space like the technology was originally designed for, this wouldn't be a problem. But we keep pushing the boundaries of what these flow modulators will do. I'm rerouting the power to take stress off the damaged couplings. But first, we need to get this capacitor aligned and ready for the transfer.
Who invented this technology?
The temporal technology was developed by a scientist named Anorax. He's still a mystery, even to us. We know he was a ship commander in the Imperium fleet and a genius in temporal mechanics, and that he started work on his inventions in the late 22nd century after our war with the Rilnar. Perhaps he saw temporal manipulation as a way to change our fortunes. We know he was working towards weaponizing his designs, and I can tell from what little I've seen that it is possible. But full access to his data is restricted, so I don't know the full capabilities of his work.
Sounds like a brilliant, troubled man. Now, what did you need help with?
Your fight overloaded.
Okay, now it's starting to look like something.
Looks like wavy lines.
The temporal compensators are out of alignment. They help keep us at a stable point in the timeline. If they fail completely, we could end up lost in time. Grab a hyperspanner. We need to get this fixed before the drift coefficient moves out of the safe zone.
Can I ask you something? On Imperium, the Krenim don't seem to have a lot of resources.
The Imperium was at its peak in the mid-22nd century. At that time, it controlled more than 900 planets, and our territory spread across more than 5,000 parsecs. Then came the Rilnar, and the Zal, and the Garanor, the Mawasi, and the Nahydron. Our wars chipped away at us, carving one planet after another away from the Imperium. There were only 27 planets left when the Vaadwaur came. Now, almost everyone on those worlds is gone too.
The Nahydron. I think you can get a Tier 5 ship from a lockbox that belongs to them. I understand.
The temporal compensators are out of
Temporal compensators are out of alignment and may cause the temporal synchronization matrix to destabilize. What do you think, Nog?
You should realign the matrix crystals.
Alright. Alright, they're aligned.
Good. I'll put the next location on your tricorder.
Hold this. No, hold it right next to the bracket, or the spanner won't... There. Got it, thanks. Something is putting too much stress on these components. I'm not sure what it is, but we don't have enough spare parts to keep rebuilding this transceiver. Grab a tricorder and run a level 3 diagnostic. Maybe there are some microfractures. If we can find and repair those, this should hold out until I can fabricate a new unit.
Can I ask you about this technology? Why are you having so many problems with it?
Anorax's original designs are for a temporal field that's big enough for a ship, sizable but finite. We've adapted the tech to cover much larger areas, but that makes the field more unstable, and we had to get everything operational before the Vadwar found us. So we cut some corners. A lot of corners. We're making updates and repairs as fast as we can, but we can't afford a failure. This tech is the only thing keeping us alive.
I understand. Now, what did you need help with?
Hold this. No, hold it right...
Begin repairs. Scan for microfractures. Okay. Formulate epoxy.
That should do it.
Alright. They do it all the way over there.
You've shown you're willing to help. Now perhaps we can come to a mutually beneficial arrangement.
How?
We have Anorax's plans, but not the... Interesting. The Heralds are opening a gateway.
What?
The repairs should be enough.
I beg mercy, Great One. It appears they used a cloaking device and escaped.
You are forgiven. Make preparations to depart.
As you command.
An interesting development.
These sentients have proven to be resourceful. Already they have thwarted our plan to bring in the Solanae fleet. And yet they injured even you, Ticket. I advise caution. They are more dangerous than they appear.
We should end their worlds asunder. Still let blood until it fills the oceans. It is time to strike.
I understand you want vengeance, but we must not act in haste.
We will continue with our plan. The whole must be as one. The whole must be as one. The attack on Iconia broke our unity. We were divided, diminished, weak. The others saved us from oblivion, but it took centuries to rebuild our bonds. We cannot risk more loss. The whole must be as one. The campaign will continue as planned.
They couldn't see us? There were Iconians right in front of us and nothing. They had no idea we were here. We were completely safe.
Right. This could be what we need.
The only protection left to my people is our ability to manipulate time. but it is something we must do with great care. Even the most innocuous of changes can ripple through reality in unexpected ways.
You're talking about advanced temporal theory.
My people and I have made Anorax's theories of temporal manipulation our lives' work. In at least one temporal variant, his ship made the Krenim Imperium the undisputed masters of this region of space. If only we could recreate that vessel.
What vessel?
Anorax designed a ship, a wondrous vessel that could manipulate the time streams and erase elements in an attempt to bring about a desired result. Our records show that he even attempted to use this vessel to restore the Krenim's fortunes, but he was defeated by an unknown alliance. Afterward, the Krenim Imperium declined, as perhaps was its fate all along. We were diminished, but content to let time progress as it would, until the Vaadwaur.
So it doesn't really show it, but it's supposed to show Anorax's ship here, which is from Star Trek Voyager. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Vaadwaur destroyed all the Krenim colonies in this area.
The first Krenim worlds to fall managed to warn the others. When the Vaadwaur came, we hid ourselves in the time stream. It was the only way we survived. Before the Vaadwaur arrived, we were working on a relic. It was a replica of Anorax's time ship. With it, we could have gone back and eliminated the Vaadwaur threat before it even began.
Why haven't you done so already?
The Vaadwaur's assault on the Imperium took too much from us. Now we possess Anorax's work, but not the means to bring it to life. You have seen what our technology can do. We have the designs. You have the manpower and the materials. Perhaps your governments would be interested in mutual cooperation. Allow us a chance to undo what the Vaadwaur did, and we will give you something that will erase your enemies from time itself.
A generous offer, but it is one we would need to consider carefully. Do you want to risk all you have left on a chance for success?
There's more here than what you've seen.
You've hidden the entire planet?
Oh,
Yes, we removed ourselves from the time stream to stay alive. With your help, we can change everything.
You hid an entire planet, but you can't build this time ship on your own?
We have the plans. Our resources are almost gone.
We have shipyards, workers, and all the materials you could need.
Precisely. We revealed ourselves to you as a gesture of good faith. What will you do in return?
We need to take this back to the Alliance.
The Iconians and the Heralds are gone. It's safe to resync with our time and contact our ship. But this is huge. A whole Krenim colony that survived the Vaadwaur? One that has temporal technology that even the Iconians can't counter? A weaponized time ship that can erase entire civilizations like they never existed? This could change the entire war. We could have a chance now.
That sounds like a really horrible idea. Well, Alexandra, we're ready to beam up. So is that? What happened? We've been scanning for you, but you just disappeared. We've been hiding in the debris to stay away from the Herald ships, and then... Sir, you're not going to believe this. There's a planet here now. An entire planet. Did you find something down there? Something that could conceal an entire planet? Looking forward to hearing what happened, Captain. But we're glad you're back. We found the Krenim. I'll explain as soon as we're back on board.
Temporal mechanics is not a complication we need, but this weapon they are proposing sounds intriguing. You and Captain Nog were correct in thinking the Alliance would be interested in investigating such a thing. Personally, I approve of anything the Iconians might fear. Kapla! The war continues,
Congratulations,
and all of
Admiral.
our warriors are needed to fight.
I'm curious to know what happens if I upgrade this all the way. Switch out my hand phaser. Well, only 3 episodes are left. Crap. So... I think what I'm going to do is stop for the time being, and then come back later and finish these all up. So those of you on Twitch who have been watching, thank you all for watching. And those of you on YouTube, thank you for watching as well. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like. And I'll see you in the future.